Altra makes some of the widest, most natural fitting shoes on the market. But if you're walking every day, the three models I've got here, the Experience Flow 2, the Via Olympus 2 and the Paradigm 8 couldn't feel more different. In this video I'll break them down by cushioning, fit, stability and overall performance, and I'll help you figure out which one is best for your walking needs. So let's talk about fit first. In the Altra Experience Flow 2, it's a true to size and length. We've got the anatomical toe box, which Altra are renowned for, and it's got a slightly slimmer fit in the midfoot and in the heel, so it gives a really good lockdown thanks to a nice padded tongue. So nice and secure in the midfoot, but plenty of space for your toes to splay. It's the most flexible of all three shoes in the forefoot, so if you're someone who needs a wide toe box, plenty of flexibility, well, this can be an excellent option. In contrast to that, with the Altra Via Olympus 2, we've got an anatomical toe box, which it's renowned for, but it's got one of the deepest volume toe boxes of all max stack shoes in the market. So plenty of space in there if you've got sensitivity on top of the big toe, so those of you with bunions, and the anatomical toe box to provide adequate space, both in terms of volume and in terms of width. However, because it's got a slightly less padded tongue on top, it doesn't have the great lockdown that we see in the Via Olympus 2, but still, overall, it was relatively adequate, just not as secure as the Experience Flow 2. Then finally we've got the Paradigm 8, which also has the anatomical toe box, and it's the widest of all three shoes. So those of you who need extra width in there, you'll find it in the Paradigm 8. It's got a nice lockdown on the midfoot and the heel, but again not as secure as the Experience Flow 2, but definitely a nice broad option for those of you who need extra space. But then when it comes to walking, the experience underfoot completely changes how all three shoes feel. So the Altra Experience Flow 2 has different brand of cushioning, different type of cushioning. So the P35 Ego cushioning in this model, so that's a lot softer, a lot more responsive and bouncy than what we saw in the original version of the Experience Flow. So those of you who are quicker walkers, who want something that's a little bit more responsive, turns over a bit quicker, this is an excellent option for you. If you want something that's a little bit firmer, a little bit balanced and a little bit more volume in terms of cushioning, then we've got the Via Olympus 2. It has 33 mils of cushioning throughout the whole shoe, the softest cushioning of all three shoes, and an excellent option if you want a max stack shoe that's got a zero drop. Then finally, the firmest of all three shoes is the Ego Max cushioning in the Paradigm 8, and whilst it's not as firm as what we saw in the Paradigm 7, it's definitely the firmest of all three shoes. So if you're looking for a steady, controlled ride with a nice firm feel underneath your foot, then this is an excellent option for you. It's important to keep in mind that the cushioning doesn't determine everything, and stability plays a major role in the feel underfoot. So if we talk about the Experience Flow in terms of stability, well, it's a classic neutral shoe. It's got a nice broad base support underneath to increase the amount of contact that you have with the ground. As we mentioned earlier, it's quite a flexible shoe overall, and it's the only Altra shoe on the market with a 4 mil drop. So that's important, as it works really well as a transitional shoe if you're interested in becoming more of a minimalist to barefoot walker. So if you use more of the popular brands, which typically have a 6 to 8 mil drop, going into a 4 mil drop like we find in the Experience Flow 2 can be a nice transitional shoe before you go into a zero drop like the other two options. We have another classic neutral in the Via Olympus 2. It has that broad base of support, zero drop, and that soft cushioning means that it's a little bit more unstable than what we get in the Experience Flow 2. It tries to counteract it with some sidewalls on the outside and the inside of the shoe. These come up, try and cradle your foot to help provide stability and keep you centered in the shoe as you move. Then finally in the Paradigm 8, it has large guide rails on the inside, so you can see this blue cushioning in the midsole and on the outside of the shoe to really keep you centered in the shoe as you move. Combined with that nice broad platform underneath your shoe, it's one of the only stability shoes on the market that's a zero drop and has an anatomical fit. Then when it comes to performance when walking, when we look at the Experience Flow 2, it's the lightest of all three shoes by some way, coming in at 238 grams for a size 9 men's US. So it certainly doesn't feel bulky underfoot. It's an excellent option if you want a quick responsive shoe that you want to use for shorter distances, so for shorter walks or for standing for shorter periods of time on your foot compared to the other two shoes. So an excellent option if you want a light nimble shoe that's got a 4 mil drop and all that space and needs underneath your foot. Then in the Ego Max cushioning, we've got a contrasting shoe that's excellent if you spend long periods of time standing or if you go for longer walks, because you've got that softer cushioning, gives you added protection underfoot alongside that anatomical toe box. It's got a very stiff forefoot as well, so excellent for protecting those of you who have hallux rigidus or sensitivity in the ball of the foot. However, it is the heaviest of all three shoes, coming in at 297 grams for a size 9 men's US. Then finally, with the Paradigm 8, It's a brilliant stability option for those of you who have a wider foot. So excellent for those of you who struggle with pronation moments, who need that extra element of control. Some of you with flatter feet that experience some fatigue but don't want pressure directly under the arch of the foot, this can be an excellent option for you. It sits in the middle of the 3 shoes in terms of its use cases, can be used for medium to long distance walking and for standing for long periods of time. So the shoe that you choose comes down to what you value most. Do you want a light responsive shoe in the Experience Flow 2, max cushioning in the Via Olympus 2, or a more stability focused shoe in the Paradigm 8? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll pop links to the shoes in the description if you want to check out the latest price on Amazon. Otherwise, like and share and subscribing does make a massive difference to us. Thank you for watching.